any bike can be an epic bike. Or can it? And can it handle an epic ride? Well, there's only one way to find out. So with that then, we're off to Walmart, the US's largest supermarket chain with a global turnover of around $600 billion. They are monstrous. They sell everything from swimming pools to shotguns and God knows what else in between, and some pretty affordable bikes. And it's those that we're gonna go check out. We've made it. Have a look. The bicycle carousel. There are so many to choose from. But these are all kids' bikes, so let's fast forward this way. Okay, here we go. Look how many there are. Baskets, Hyper. I'd be like Van Steenberg. Huffy, Schwinn. These are like the bikes that time forgot. Let's get hunting. I'm thinking down this end somewhere. Like this. Free assembly. How much are they? Oh, look at the welded arch on that. The Hyper Havoc is a popular pick amongst fellow shoppers. Look at the gusset. Oh, on the top tube and the down tube. Okay, let's go see if they got my size. I think that's our one for the day.
Total's gonna be 180, 160.
We literally just took it right off the shelf, ready to go. That's mental. This then is the Hyper Havoc FS. 26-inch wheels, 21 gears, aluminium frame, $180, and straight off the showroom shelf of Walmart. What a weapon. Let's dive into it a little bit more. So let's start at the front of the bike, 'cause it's the best place. Full suspension, as I said. Now, it doesn't say on the website how much travel this bike's got, but it's got about that much. I reckon that's about 50 mil, if you're lucky. V-brakes, of course, moving up. Grip shift or twist shifters. Now, the website says this is an 18-speed bike. I've just done a count and it says 21 speed, so maybe it's a bit of a lucky dip, who knows? We've got a rear shock on there as well. The travel's got to be about 25 mil on that. Very comfortable seat. I've not long done Old Pueblo race, so that's going to be much appreciated. No dropper, of course. Riser bars, because let's face it, we all need riser bars. Another V-brake at the back. Some very spindly looking cranks with plastic pedals. And we've gone a bit old school on this little beauty. This is a 3x7, so we've got 21 gears in total. Quick release, don't need it. Bolt through, lovely jubbly, means those wheels aren't going anywhere. Other highlights include the bike can be ridden on a variety of surfaces, allowing for flexibility in where you go with it. It also features a 3-piece high-performance crank. There was my favorite somewhere here. It has grips on the handlebars for sustained comfort and control. And the pièce de résistance, a kickstand, so I can just leave it standing anywhere I go. Now let's get it set up and head out on our epic. Let's do this. Oh, God. My chain has already come off. Two corners is all it took. Dynamo! granny ring, and this is not an optimised seating position for me. There is literally no grip in the tyres, but we are climbing it. Ah, go on, you bugger. Up, 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 up. Oh, we can't go too fast. It's really uncomfortable. I mean, I just pull in and nothing's happening. Second, crashing into a cactus. Oh, did you hear that bottom out? 750 metres in, and it's dropped the chain again. It's not going to bode well for how... Oh God, it's like mangled right in there. Going as far as we need to today. Hey, there she goes. I reckon we might need to put a drop chain counter on screen here.
Just up there.
Just there. Just up there.
Number 2.
Well, update. We've collapsed the forks. So, remember I said they had about 50mm travel? They now don't. There's nothing left. And when the forks bottom out, this massive weld here on the underside rubs on the tyre. See how this tyre's all like, you see like it's all churned up in the, like there? Like all these chunks out of it? That's from that weld underneath there, just banging against it. We've dropped the chain twice. We're a kilometre in. Oh, I swear I must have no tread left in the middle of my tyre. That was really bad, that one. Oh, with that, I think it's time for a little stop. I could do with an energy bar. I've pulled over for a break then. We're only about 3K in, but this bike is taking a pasting, which means it's snack time and a bit of time to sort of give you some first impressions on the bike, I think. Let's go with that little beauty. So, there are some pretty hefty warning stickers on this bike. Ugh, right. This one, tucked behind the front mech here, says, warning, cancer and reproductive harm on it. Should a bike come with a warning like that? I don't know. Warning, this bike is not to be ridden by riders weighing more than 275 pounds. I don't know what that is. I work in stone or kilograms, so I'm not entirely sure, but that seems like quite a lot. This one here is my favorite. Warning, do not ride bikes at night. Do not ride bikes when it's wet outside. Always ride within an ANSI, SNEL or ASTM approved helmet. I mean, you should always ride in a helmet, so that makes sense. Do not stunt or jump with this bicycle. Read and obey the owner's manual. Wear your helmets. Oh, what's this one? I forgot about this one. There's a bonus one. Warning, please... What? Please make sure the spring is done up tight. Does that imply that it comes loose, I suppose? There's also a massive warning on there that I can't actually read, but it's something along the lines of warning... Oh, I don't know, because the spring actually rubs against the body of the shock there. So, yeah, that's slightly concerning. We've dropped the chain twice, we've collapsed the forks. It nearly spat me over the bars a minute ago. Look at where we are. I mean, so far, the cheap bike has got me somewhere pretty epic. I don't know if it'll get me back, but it might get us further. It's an awful riding position as well. It's so uncomfortable. The seat doesn't go up any higher, so you're always in a really crunched position. So if you were thinking of getting something like this, you obviously can't, well, you probably could fit some kind of dropper, I suppose. But you'd need to take a really long seat post, and you can't drop it all the way through, because it'll smash on the rear triangle. Brakes don't really work. Forgot how dreadful V-brakes were. But I'm still having fun. Most of the time. You know that warning about keeping the spring tight, look? Oh my God. That's a bit ropey. Added compression, lovely. The epic rests for no one. I'll see you later. Holy moly! I literally started riding 10 meters and it did exactly what I said. The forks have completely gone now. Oh my God. I'm not sure it's safe to ride. The forks compressed so hard, they basically just smashed into the tyre, stopped the front wheel dead and catapulted me over the bars. Can't wait to carry on. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Bumps, lean back. You have to lean really far back, look. Oh! Big one. Oh, come on. Oh, no. I did it! Oh, that was even then, weight was nearly too far forwards. I'm having to keep my weight so far back now whilst I ride, for fear of being catapulted off the edge of this ridgeline. The brakes, they've also gone. The rims are painted. So essentially what that means is they're really slick. Yes. I'm not gonna lie, it is keeping me on my toes riding this bike. But not in a fun way anymore. The cheap bike, it can't do it. I haven't punctured, like I said, but you can't ride anything properly. And if you can't even ride it properly, like with a bit of fun, what's the point? So there is an element of you pay for what you get, sadly. And I mean, this has done 4K, I think now. It's a bit of a shame. Bugger, you're not making that one. Wow, that's enough of that, I think. I think we could quite safely head back to the car now. Yeah, so the off-road portion, we have had to call it quits on because the bike has got to a point where it's just a little bit dangerous to ride. But the forks being absolutely mullered, it wasn't worth taking the risk because it got a bit wilder. And it meant we got further away from the car. So we are now on the way back to the automobile. So We're a good fair few K in. We'll catch up back at the car. What's that? I'll put the cannons away. Okay, we've made it. Back to the top of the mountain. Just shy of 10K in total, so maybe not quite the epic I normally do, shall we say, but we did encounter quite a few issues with this. So let's recap those. Okay, issue number 1. The chain kept coming off. 3 times it came off and not very far. Probably about 3K's worth of actually off-road riding. So to drop a chain 3 times is pretty flippin' annoying. Issue number 2, these tyres are ruined already. Like 10K and they are pretty shot, well chewed up. Issue number 3 is the rear suspension really doesn't do very much at all. Issue number 4, the gears were skippy as hell. And for me, issue number 5, and the biggest issue, is the forks. They've shit themselves, and therefore because of that spat me over the bars, and they nearly did that multiple times. Holy moly! Having said that, I know I've just trashed all over this bike quite a bit. It still did it, and it still got down it, which is actually pretty impressive for something that costs $180 or about 145 British pounds. Is actually not too bad. Like, I think we threw it in at the deep end, so I think you could definitely do mellower stuff than some of the things we're doing. It does come with a kickstand. There's definitely room for a bit of improvement on it, but not a lot, I will say, because obviously the standards are a bit old school. You know, finding different 26-inch stuff, different stems, droppers. If you wanted to sort of bring it up to a more modern spec, should we say, you are going to struggle with. But hey, we all got to start somewhere. I had something like this when I was a kid, so it does the job, it still does the job. It's pretty cool for what you can get, so, you know, hats off to it. But what do you think in the comments down below? I want to know what you guys and girls out there actually think of this bike. Is it worth it? Is it best just to spend a little bit more? Let me know. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. From Phoenix, see you later.